You brought up something which is so important. मान्छे हाँसिरहेको हुन्छ मान्छे खुसी भइरहेको हुन्छ I've lost friends. I've lost actually 2 friends. One is very famous. We both know him होइन थाहा हुँदैन रहेछ क्या थाहा हुँदैन रहेछ कि somebody is so mentally screwed that outside that person's like oh lads हामी show गर्ने event गर्ने I planned events with him होइन for I don't even know which year this was we planned 16 17 को event हो गरे we planned all events we did everything चिया खायो मजाले बातसात मार्यो after a couple of days you lose a friend you really don't know what goes in a person's mind रहेछ के अहिले आएर finally especially after COVID we started talking about mental health but back in the day mental health भनेको त मान्छेले अब यस्तो भयो भने सक्यो यसको होइन this person's like mentally screwed भन्ने खाले मात्र that's how society took it but it's not like that ni
yeah it wasn't actually even I went through it even I did and त्यो बेलामा पनि when I discussed it with my friends and they were like yeah but you know why don't you take a break why don't you go somewhere and you know don't talk about it with people and stuff like that and I was like really and I was so scared and I was under medication and I felt like maybe I should talk about it and then I talked about it in an interview and after I talked about it they were like people some of them said like okay like really sorry that you're going through this and but most of all we're like why do you have to tell us even I'm going through this even I'm taking medicine but you don't talk about it you know but because in Nepal people will think that you're mental and stuff like that and मैले त्यही भने के yeah that's why I want to normalize it because this is something important and we have to talk about it now because everywhere I go I see most of the people are depressed especially youngsters you know like I don't know maybe they have a different expectation towards life and they don't get it or maybe I don't know unrealistic expectation and I've seen most of the youngsters I go for talks and all in the college and stuff like that and त्यहाँ पनि everybody have that thing I'm going through this अनि यो लकडाउनमा चाहिँ I received a lot of messages regarding mental health किनभने I talked about it and people thought that maybe they could talk to me about it so they used to write to me and I used to reply to all those messages on my Instagram Facebook like possibly and then what happened we started a page called Battling the Blues where I had my senior psychiatrist who could you know address that problem so
what's the name of this page again
Battling the Blues
okay
so what we did is like we take the questions inbox they write to us and we don't disclose it and then we send it to our psychiatrist and then he answers it and then we send it to them no we don't post it because it's confidential we try to keep that confidential so we did that and it helped some of I think some of them they wrote to us saying it was helpful and thanks and stuff like that and even during second lockdown I did some of the online interviews and we had this Zoom meeting with the students and other people and talk about mental health
this is this is a song dude this is a book dude we're not talking about a book you can open Facebook and Facebook
no it's on Instagram
as a Battling the Blues right
so we did that and त्यहाँ पनि कतिजना they have that serious question like okay I want to die and I don't know how to stop this feeling and stuff like that so I told them like okay I can just share my experience and tell you what I did and what helped me but not necessarily those things will help you so you need to talk to expert first किन भन्दाखेरि trekking helped me you know and I went for mind training at Gumba it helped me but not necessarily everybody
help you.
Would get help from that and so I suggest everybody to we have so many counselors and psychiatrists here in Nepal so we can just reach out to them you know अहिले त नेपालमा we have foundations like TPO, Sambhavya, courses who's been working on this, and lockdown ma they've been doing amazing work. The free counseling, the phone bara त्यो कति त्यो quarantine ma राखिराकोहरूलाई and like they are doing things from their hotlines haru cha. तर कस्तो छ भने people are I think not aware or कतिजनालाई चाहिँ थाहा भएर पनि they can't talk about it and they don't want to talk about it because judge गर्छ भने we have that thing in society that you will be judged. So what I feel is now after going through everything and I took medicine for like 3 years and now I'm off it. So what I feel is no matter what you do, people will judge you.
Of course.
So why would you stop doing something good for yourself? Something that makes you happy, something that makes you feel better about yourself. Anyways, people will judge you. So at least be judged by something you feel good about yourself, no?
Hell
so
yeah.
That's what I feel.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
And again, coming from you, and Sunny, with all the things that you've gone through in a के भन्नु 10-12 वर्ष भनेको is not a long eternity नै त होइन नि त नि
Like
it is
almost everything possible.
everything possible.
Like,
yeah.
Most of the nightmares possible.
Yeah, majority of the majority of the nightmares all gone through in a span of 10 years, 10-12 years भनौँ न हैन, and you've dealt with all that नि त. You have your हामी निमिषको कुरा गर्दै थियौ नि हैन.
Yeah.
We love him. He's there. हैन. He's climbed his mountains. We love. You are a role model.
Oh.
You've crossed you've crossed all the hurdles नि त. You're still crossing all the hurdles नि. छ नि त अझ छ.
Yeah, of course.
कति चढ्नु छ नि हैन. There's so many things that you still have to cross, but you've crossed. भनौँ न, like you just said, no, all the bloody nightmares हुन्छ नि हैन, that you can nightmares that we sleep, we see the nightmare, we wake up to at least the reality is different, no?
Yeah.
But you are still in that nightmare, होला नि.
Of course. Of course.
You wake up and isn't the nightmare still there?
Yeah, when I was going through the depression and all, so I used to pray every night. Like, I don't want anxiety in the morning, because I wouldn't know how would I wake up. At times I would be just normal.
Yeah.
At times I would be like so anxious about everything, and I used to just lock my door and just sleep for hours and hours and hours and take the pill and watch something. And yeah, movies helped me. There are a lot of movies regarding this, and then I felt like, oh, this happened to them, so that means this is normal.
Oh.
So that's what I felt. And then my psychiatrist, she was amazing, and it really helped me and people around me. That is the most important thing, because when you're depressed, you cannot express yourself and you can't talk about how you're feeling. Because now I can talk about it, mazzale, and I even laugh at it when I remember, because I've done silly things. Because that time I felt like, okay, I'm gonna die now. This is it. So I had that feeling. At times, I remember calling my sister, like I felt like I had that heart attack. So I called my sister, I'm gonna die now. Just come and pick me up. And then she came. She drove like within like 10 minutes. She was at my apartment, and then we went to hospital. And then so I had those kind of episodes, and I even tried to kill myself. Because I felt like it's worthless, and it was so painful. It was so painful.
Yeah.
Like. Mentally, it's too much to deal with, and even physically, when you don't get proper food and proper sleep, it really brings you down. Because if you're healthy and if you're physically fit, then at least you can, talk to your mind and tell them, like, shut up, okay, I know you're overdoing it. But
you can overpower all the darkness.
But when you are physically weak, and that was the time I used to get like, oh no, I can't do this anymore, and I'm done with this. I can't. And so I even tried to do that, and it was so funny. It was so funny. Like, it didn't happen, So yeah, now when I look at it, it was so funny. Like, I feel like, why did I even do it, But at that time, that was the only option that I saw, Like, I felt like I'm worthless. I haven't done anything, and I just felt like I'm just gonna be a burden for people around me. That's what I felt at that point, because I didn't feel like going anywhere. I didn't feel like talking much. I didn't feel like, I used to feel numb about things, and so I stopped meeting people, and I just was with people that I'm comfortable with, and whom I could just tell them, hey, I'm going through this, and I need to just be with myself. So I used to be with those people only at that time. So yeah, that was scary. But when I look at it now, it was nothing. It was just my mind. It was nothing actually. And so now I feel good about it, and at least now I know what it feels like, and now I can help people. So I've been advocating on mental health. I've been going to events and talking with the youngsters and about their insecurities and stuff like that. And even when I went for the talk regarding the movie, but everybody asked the questions about mental health and how I overcame that. Everybody was curious about that more than the movies. So I felt good that people are slowly talking about it, and they're open about it, and they feel like, okay, we can take professional help.
Of course.
Yeah. So अहिले चाहिँ that's growing, so I'm happy about it.
No, this is fantastic. And you talking about it, and you sharing your experience is the biggest thing. And समय लाग्यो नि त.
लाग्यो.
And a lot of people have to understand that it took. I know tidbits त मलाई पनि थाहा छ नि त नि होइन त्यो certain phases because we have common friends, and even though we haven't talked like this, I know ni ta, that there are phases in life, but now honestly saying, you are way, 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 way stronger than the Namrata that I knew back in 2009. You're like, you know exactly what you have in your mind. And of course, there were times when it was like you said now, and you even thought about killing yourself. That is, to overcome that, you can achieve anything in life.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notification.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.